All right, guys. So we did it. We have finished our first Legends book together. Very satisfied with this. I had a great time. It was an excellent read, and it was really fun reading with you guys all over again. So yeah, we did it. X-Wing, first book, Rogue Squadron. I am so proud of us, and I am looking forward to discussing these final chapters with all of you guys. So let's get into this. You wanna roll call? Number one leader. I'm number one.
Yeah, here we go. Sexy leader.
Yeah, sexy one.
Sexy two, reporting in.
Let's go.
All right, guys. So this one's kind of a goofy question, I guess. It's more like something to just think about for the future series. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking on it. And do you guys think that Kirtan and Deracote can work well enough together? Do you think that they're going to disappoint Isan? How do you think that work relationship will go?
I think it's interesting because they both kind of understand each other well enough, but also have a sort of not really a rivalry, but each one is perfectly happy to throw the other one under the bus at a moment's notice. So it will push both of them to perform better and possibly try to undercut, which makes a very interesting dynamic. So yeah, having both of them working on a project together, both of them on Coruscant, so close to the action, it's going to be interesting.
For me, I'll relate it back to Most Wanted, where everybody was trying to compete for the level of head, but in this situation, I call it probably good competition between this Empire group, or however they want to call it. Like you said, they're going to push each other, and hopefully right now that they just end up realizing it right now that that they're pushing one another kind of puts them on that next level. So hopefully as the series continues, they still have to work together. I think putting their two minds together can really bring this Rogue Squadron down.
That's trouble.
Yeah. I kind of feel like just the way that Kirtan's kind of two-dimensional, and he gets kind of fixated on one thing and he doesn't quite think about the other things. And the way that Deracote is just so upset about, losing his facility, I feel like they're going to try to throw each other under the bus, or Deracote is just going to do something that Kirtan's not going to notice, so quickly, and he's just going to screw him over.
Yeah, he seems like a selfish kind of guy. Oh, yeah. He's going to be trying to do something for himself.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to try to get some kind of revenge on Kirtan for, giving up the base. And
good point.
I think it's just going to be a lot of pettiness and definitely some rivalry. And I feel like at some point, Isan's just going to be like, okay, both of y'all knock it off. She's just going to be that tired mom telling the toddlers, like, stop. Stop.
Yeah. She's so scary, too.
She is. That is a scary lady.
I'm telling you, like, every time Kirtan goes there and he gets nervous and I'm like nervous and I'm like, like, don't say the wrong thing.
Right? Exactly. All right, guys, ready for our next one?
Sure.
Okay. So what were your thoughts when finding out that Tycho and Mirax were the ones who went to save Corrin? How did you guys feel?
I think I might have squeed a little bit. Like, you guys. I was like, how the heck did they get out of the base? Especially Tycho. Like, he can't just leave. And then you come to find out they kidnapped his guards and locked him in the room. So I was like, okay, desperate times, desperate measures. But yeah, I loved that they were the ones and they were there and they were waiting, and like right at the last minute came in. Tycho finally got to shoot some bad guys. Yes! Get that kill count. Yes. But yeah, it was you know, because the tension was building. I happened to be listening to very dramatic music at the moment, and it was building, and I was like, ah, Corin, what are you gonna do? And then sure enough, here they come to rescue him, and like in and out. Loved it. And I loved the element of because her ship is faster than the X-Wings, or they take a better route, that they got there and back before the X-Wings did. I was like, that's an interesting scientific thing to incorporate into the plot that actually works very interesting.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I think they compare it to the Millennium Falcon, with it being a 0.6 and 0.5.
Right.
The Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon, you know, still faster by 0.5 past light speed. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. But it, you know, to formulate the plan, or to even understand the plan before getting to him, like I really enjoyed them trying to, was it M-Tree? I think it was M-Tree,
Yeah.
where they were trying to get M-Tree to say, yo, we need, like, give us the information, and how, I mean, if it's so hard to get information out of that type of droid, I was thinking, how much harder would it be? Like, how much harder would it be to get something out of C-3PO?
Oh,
Kind of
heavens.
thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed how they were trying to get the information out of the droid, and then in that formulated a plan. And then, yeah, I guess the moment that he knew it was them, like, if I were in that situation, it's probably like, you know, all hopes are down. I just, you know I gave my best and everything, but it, like, to see your friends and to see Mirax probably, you know,
Yeah.
gave him that hope,
Extra
that
special.
I can still, you know, go forward with this, and you know, be great and do great things. So yeah.
I got really excited. I think I probably made a similar sound to Megan. And I was like, yes, the knight in shining armor is this badass lady coming to save her mans. And then, yes, Tycho gets a chance to, you know, finally do something useful
Yes.
without restrictions. He's probably shooting them down, and then Mirix is probably like, yes, you're doing amazing, sweetie, you know? So that just made me really happy that he finally had a chance to work on his potential, you know, show his potential.
Yeah.
And that Mirix came to save her mans.
That was so cute. And then when they were united in the ship and they're just like hugging, I was like, don't let go.
Checked.
It was cute. It was cute.
That was a really nice moment. I really enjoyed that.
I don't know if you're going to ask about it later, but poor Ronald got all the way to the end. Everybody's celebrating. I'm like, man, Arisi got completely shafted. Didn't even mention her.
I mean, did she get, like,
she wasn't even there.
Did she get erased?
She must have been at this celebration party with the others, but I don't know. He didn't give her any cake. That's all I noticed. She didn't get cake. She didn't get nothing.
Well, I don't know.
My girl, my poor girl.
I don't know about you guys, but maybe in other books, it's the type of, like, I'm gonna not give you this, you know, I'm gonna erase you from the end, so it gives the readers kind of like, you know, you got to read the next one, and then in the next one, she got, like, some big, I don't know, she got some big scenes with Corin. I mean, who knows?
We'll see.
It's something we'll have to read in the future.
I don't know. I mean, Mirix was the one who risked her life, her ship, everything to go save him. So he's probably like, new comlink who dis, bye, Arisi.
Well, no, come on. She did. But if Arisi knew that there was a potential, a leak or trouble, she would have gone in a heartbeat, no doubt.
But without an X-Wing, without anything? Or
well, if she had a ship.
You think she would have gone against orders and still taken a ship out? Because, I mean, Mirix doesn't have anyone to report to, but Arisi does.
Yeah, but I think all the rogues would 100% do that for any of the others. Yeah, like even Tycho did. So I think if she had known, she would have gone. She might even have gone with them on Mirix's ship if she had known, just to help. Like, I don't know. I feel like they just didn't tell her, so she didn't know. But if she had known, she would have gone.
That's fair. That's fair.
Anyway.
Okay, so ready for our next one?
Yeah.
All right, so As yourselves, not your characters, but as yourselves. And then if you
Okay.
want after, we could do our characters.
So
Which do you think would be worse? The wrath of Corran Horn or the wrath of Isan Nisar? Which would be worse to endure?
The wrath.
The wrath.
I don't know. Have we seen Corin?
Well, he described it as, you know, like being hell-bent on, you know, righting a wrong. So just based on that description,
You mean
I remember
like in Kirtan's point of view?
In Kirtan's point of view,
Right.
But as yourself, would you rather, whose wrath would you rather deal with, or whose wrath do you think would be worse?
Oh my gosh. Probably Corin's. I think Isanid would just have no mercy. Like, she just as soon, even if you didn't deserve it, just for funsies, would probably mess you up. But with Corrin, you've got a slight chance that he would try to take a higher road, maybe, because they haven't crossed paths in a long time, and he's different maybe than how he knew him at Corsac. Like, we've seen him change in the course of a book. So the Corrin now might not be as scary as the Corrin that Curtin remembers. So I take my chances and appeal to his better nature, because I don't think Isan has a better nature. So you're kind of doomed in that regard.
Yeah, I don't like conflict either. So I mean, for Isan, it'd probably be there's no tolerance zones kind of thing. So like Megan said, no mercy. And yeah, I'm not willing to take my chances on that. But for Corrin, yeah, you've seen him develop into a new sort of pilot. He's really molded into where he's a pilot now. I think the word I was thinking of was he has more character now. And with that, I don't think he'd be that type of person anymore who was, you know, very strict kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to choose Corrin on this one too as well.
So I was thinking about who would be worse, and I was like, man, Isan is a really scary lady, but I feel like she would just shoot you and be done. I feel like Corrin, if he's gonna unleash his wrath, I feel like he's gonna make it as slow and painful as possible. Like, he is gonna beat you within an inch of your life and then make you think about it before he probably kills you or something. So I feel like his wrath would be so much worse. Because he would have more passion in it, and she'd just be like, done, bye.
Yeah, she wouldn't waste her time making it dirty, maybe. Or, you know, if you are somebody who was useful to her, and then she had no reason to, but I don't know. We're talking about if she did, and if he did. Yeah.
I mean, because didn't she shoot her own dad, like, point blank, like, bye, dad?
That's the rumor.
Oh, she probably did.
No, I think that part's true.
No, that part was true. Her sleeping with the Emperor was a rumor, but like she had been the one to pull the trigger on her dad.
Okay.
For the Emperor, I thought that part was true, and that's why I'm like,
I can't remember if that was the rumor that she was the one who pulled the trigger, but maybe that part's true. Yeah, I think you're right. It would be probably more instantaneous. Less painful. Yeah, that's tough. I never thought I'd have to think about this.
I can take Corrin. I
have my methods.
The way you described his method where he kind of makes you think psychologically, too easy. We probably think alike. So I'm not saying I'm Jace. I'm not saying I'm Jace, but I'm like totally. If we were mirrors, I mirror Corrin a lot towards the end of this book, or probably throughout the whole book.
Yeah, he would never want to kill you.
I just didn't know.
Have to worry about it.
Who do you think the inside source is?
I do remember.
Don't say who it is. We haven't read that far.
At this point, if I had to C-3PO wipe my memories right now and make an educated guess based on the only what we know from this book.
Mm-hmm.
My guess would be Emtree, only
Mm-hmm.
because we've already seen that he's got these crazy sub-programs that are compromising, and nobody even knows how many more he has or what he's, and nobody keeps an eye on him. Nobody wants to keep an eye on him. He could be plugging in and sending data to whoever he wants to at any time and not even see a problem with it because it might be some subroutine that got activated and nobody thought to check. So I would be extra careful with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my guess. Like, even though they know it already kind of happened once, like, who's to say that it's not still happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd just like to, not argue, but discuss that a little bit more. Just because it seems so Star Warsy for it to be a droid with your answer. And I picture it, if I were watching this on screen, like, I feel like it would be a droid, but I have a different answer. So, but yeah, just to go back to it, I mean, what type of droid was Emtree? I can't really remember.
He was like a protocol droid, but
he was
with
a
a
protocol.
different head.
Yeah.
So he was a
Right.
military protocol droid.
Okay, because I mean, watching a lot of, animated series, a lot of the droids either get reprogrammed by the rebellion. And like we've seen, like in Rogue One, like
Yeah, like K2SO.
K2SO is a reprogrammed droid as well. So I was just thinking, like, maybe it's just that it's a reprogrammed droid. That's a really good guess. If that's what's true, then like I said, it's very Star Wars. For me though, I don't even know what to answer to that, but like I'll give a hashtag to that. Hashtag blame it on the Bothans. I just don't trust Bothans at this point.
Oh, shoot.
I'm not gonna give them. I know I've said in the past, like, rebellions, we give you the second chance. Yeah, this time we gave you the second chance, but I do not want to give a third chance to these Bothans. Bothans are probably on the last of my list right now that I enjoy in any form of Star Wars. And so if
You're not going to say
costume,
Tycho? Come on.
How
It's the
dare you
obvious
don't-
choice.
I still,
No,
Tycho's
don't
still
say
cool.
Tycho.
Like, Tycho's still, like, I like how they made Tycho very lovable to the group kind of thing. And, like that, how his relationship with everybody is like, not, I wouldn't say like 100% trust, but like, they've kind of like, if Wedge accept him, like the rest accept him as well,
Yeah, even Psalm kind of warmed up to him a little bit, I think.
Right.
I love Tycho. I just want to bake him cookies and give him a hug and be like, you really need this, you poor man.
I love him.
You poor man, you just need a hug in your life.
I know. I'm like, they kind of, want to keep you guessing. Is he, isn't he? Like, nobody really knows. And then, like, he is the one that knows about Bror's uncle and is the one who walked off to go set up that trip. And that's the first thing that the spy reports. So, very interesting. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I actually do agree with both of you. I feel like it could be Emtree because he is such a tool. Like, I don't like him. He's such a rude droid. I love droids. I'll fight for them. Except for that one. I don't like him.
Oh, shoot.
So I'm like, okay, it could be him. I mean, if it's worth it for his business, I don't think he would care about them at all, and he would do it. The Bothans, they're tools too, man. I feel like
right.
I feel like they probably are like, what stake do we have in this? Maybe we'll get something better if we turn in this over this information. But a part of me kind of feels, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm like, what if it's a Reese just because she feels left out for not being picked for this mission? She's mad at Mirax and Corrin.
That's why we don't see her at the end. Yeah, that's a really good point that you make.
And so what she just kind of feels back and forth to me. Like
that's so
I
petty,
could tell.
though.
I know that she cares about the rogues, but I feel like at the same time she's such a queen that she would be like,
There's nothing wrong with being a queen.
For her case, yes.
just to break up Mirex and Corin's relationship.
The
And,
ultimate betrayal.
I mean, who knows? I feel like she would be petty enough to do that. Even if it screws over other people, I feel like she would be petty enough to just be like, you know what? You guys aren't taking me seriously. I have my empire to fall back on. Bye-bye.
That's my girl. Come on, guys.
That's why I said it's probably crazy, but I'm just like, I don't want to think for a second it's Tycho, because why would he try so hard to prove he's not, just to go ahead and backstab them when at any point they could?
That's exactly what you would want to do if it was you. You'd try really hard to prove it.
You don't talk about my cinnamon roll like that. You leave my little cinnamon roll alone.
I'm sorry, Tycho. I love you.
Hashtag Tycho did nothing wrong. Hashtag Poe and Tycho did nothing wrong.
You are going to defend his honor.
I will die on this hill.
All right.
I love Tycho so much, so I can't help it. He just needs a hug. The poor guy.
Okay.
All right, guys. Last question. So, I mean, overall thoughts on the book, the story.
Oh my gosh.
Anything else you guys want to say? Headcanons, things that you really like, just everything and anything.
Okay, wait, I have notes. I wrote so many notes. I was like this, that. Okay, I really, really liked, first of all, I really liked the idea of when Tycho and Mirex are talking and they call Entry over and Tycho's like, hold on, I know a trick. And he's like, shut up, like 3 times. And he's like, I learned this when he was in the ship with me and we were going to thing. And I'm like, just like having like a headcanon flashback to like the battle. And he's just like, shut up, like 3 times. And then it does something and it works. So I'm like, oh yeah. And then if you go back and read that chapter, they're like, oh, I wonder why he didn't complain about him so much. And now we know why. So I loved that. I loved in chapter 34 Wedge using the line on Corin, get clear, Corin, you can't do any more good back here.
Mm-hmm.
Or back there. I was like, oh, Wedge, don't do this to me. So yeah, I love that. Let's see, this I don't know, this description of the Taprawa festival that Isan makes Kurtan go watch, go witness, and I was like, dang, Empire. Whew. And that it was for them having helped the rebels transfer the Death Star plans, which we now know is not canon anymore. I mean, none of this is canon anymore, but I was like, that's harsh. Like, they're mean. The Empire's bad. All you people with your stormtroopers and your Darth Vaders, I'm like, they're bad guys. Okay, and then I loved this quote from, first, the line in chapter 36 when Wedge takes out the thing they were blowing up, and his like dead drop maneuver where he just like goes down onto repulsor lift and just like mows down everybody, pew 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 pew, and he's like trying or not really focusing on trying to shoot individual people with an X-wing lasers. And I was like, He's like, okay, Poe, show off, because that's totally what he does in The Force Awakens. And I was like, yeah, I've seen that before. And then where is it? Oh yeah, hit me super hard in chapter 38. Wedge in his X-wing in hyperspace, and he's thinking about the rescue plan, and well, if we do this and if we that, and then he realizes that he's thinking of Corin by first name, and that's something that he doesn't usually do. And I'm like, the importance of names is very interesting. This theme, how you have like the entire character of Uriel and how he will change his name depending on if he feels worthy to use one name or the other. And then like, I know that Nina, your character has got like, there's an entire importance on the name.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I really like that. And I know that that's something kind of I've played around with in the stories too. Like, you can tell what mood a person's in by if they use your title or your last name or your first name.
Mhm.
And it's like the relationship is different, and you can tell from that. But then the quote that I was like, ooh, I feel personally attacked, was emotional distance is armor for the heart.
Oh, that's a good
Like,
one.
jeez. All right, Wedge, just freaking, say it. Just say it. Okay. Like, I don't know. That one, I was like, that's some truth right there. So that's pretty interesting. I think it's going to be pretty relevant for a lot of our characters when we get around to it. Yes, emotional distance is armor for the heart. So yeah, those were my thoughts on these last few chapters. As the book as a whole, I know I wanted us to read this because we are a squad. Well, we're not even a flight. We're 3 ships. It's not a squadron. But, we're sexy Wookiee squadron. Like, we don't follow the rules. We call ourselves a squadron, and we're not. But that's how we roll. And so I wanted us to kind of get a feel for what are squadron dynamics? How do you actually, the mechanics of flying an X-Wing and all the thoughts that you have to put into space battles and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like this book really demonstrates a lot of the strategy and mechanics in the science of it even. And so yeah, it was a really fun reminder to go back and read that, and I feel really inspired to be writing in our stories now, and I hope you guys got some out of it. And I'm like really craving reading the rest of these books now, but I know for book club we're going to be moving on, but who knows, we may revisit this series again in the future, so I hope so.
Yeah, where do I start? I appreciate Star Wars OT a little bit more reading this book, and the way it went. So and I'll say it right here, they should have made shows, movies out of like stories like these. And if they don't have content, this is the content they need to look back on and, kind of maybe inspire ideas that they have that they could have. But let me start with why I appreciate it. Like, I appreciate it because now I have a better understanding and could have a better understanding of what the New Republic could be and what it could really. A lot of people say, we hear it in the news, the sequels like New Republic, but we never knew what it was. And just it being in this book series, like, you already know it from Rogue Squadron, which continues from the OT. So I really like that. I really appreciate that we're getting a taste of what it was like after the Empire, the fall of the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And then now looking at from an X-Wing or, an aviator type position, I love these stories because it's just X-Wings. And yeah, like you said, like, we're able to understand terminologies. I mean, it was hard to understand it at the beginning.
Did you get the hang of it though?
Yeah, at the end of the book, it's like, he was trying to learn how to fly with a new strategy, and you're reading new terminology in a book. You got to change it up, and you're learning as he's learning. Like, that's what's cool about reading this book. What else? I like how we were able to revisit characters that we did know, like Wedge and Admiral Akbar, and there was a lot of references to OT, which that's like a good homage, and I really enjoyed all of that too as well. But the overall message, I'd like to think of what this book was it's in the name, Rogue Squadron, and it's all about, I think, teamwork. And like, let's go to a rant really quickly.
Man, it's like Top Gun in space. I love it.
Exactly. I mean, there was a part where he really said he was inverted before
right?
he took off. So, I mean, we said
like,
it last
Maverick,
episode.
and Wedge.
Yeah, Mr.
Corrin.
Horn, and Horn, and Wedge, yes.
I don't know who's who.
teamwork. It was all about teamwork. And at the end of the day, when there was casualties. It's like I said in past episodes, it's war. But by the end of the book, you really see like the camaraderie between all these characters. Yes, we may see portrayals in the next few books if we end up reading, which we will end up reading. I'm thinking, but man, teamwork plays well, and if you just apply that, like I said, if you apply that to every, if we start seeing other people in our own daily lives who are our team, and even our team here, like we function so well as like one unit, and everybody brings their own specialty to the table. And if we don't look at it as we're trying to be better than one another, or I mean, good competition's good, but like, I mean, and 99% of the time, I'll even say 100% of the time, this group right here agrees with so many things. And that's why I think like our book clubs has been successful. Like all the things that we're doing in with our format is very successful because we have teamwork. And just like these pilots, they've had teamwork, and they took people who were families, were adversaries to other families, characters from all different backgrounds, and they put them into a team. I mean, that's us. We've come from different backgrounds. We come from different lines of work. And while we're in this like quarantine, or we've been in this pandemic, like we've been really we've created something that works as one unit. And yes, we're three people, but yeah, we're a squadron because like we make this work. And like I like to think like, well, we should really think of as we are Rogue Squadron. We are part of it, and we are part of like everything that entails out of what we read in this book. So yeah, teamwork, and just I mean, like I said, a lot of these questions, as I look back at some of the episodes of this book, like it really tested like your character as the questions were read as well. Because like, there's sometimes where you want to answer something differently, but you're like, no, there's only one answer to it. And I'm like, that's not me, but that's the book. And like, I was just like, oh, you really have to, understand yourself within the book. And, sometimes I like to take myself out of the book and how I apply myself to real life. Like I do that with movies, and now I'm starting to do that with books. But man, it was great. Like, and I'll say it again, it had all elements to bring to the table, and it really captured Star Wars just from a pilot perspective. And I think everybody who's enthusiastic about pilots in the Star Wars world really need to read these books, or really need to read this specific series. So I mean, man, it was awesome for me.
Yeah, I guess we're getting Squadrons as a game, but what I wouldn't give to see like a series or even a movie,
Man,
that was fighter pilots in Star Wars. I don't know.
Yeah, and like I said,
it'd be good.
Sorry, I just want to touch up on one more thing. Like I want to go back to teamwork. Like teamwork with Paige's team. Like, man, like that's where I was just enjoying these last few chapters, because it was like we have a minimal amount of X-Wing Rogue Squadron going into this, and like Paige's group, like they didn't want to like leave. They stayed with them, and man, that's the team right there. That's the team spirit that is every recipe in winning. Like man, I'll say it again, like it's just winning life, man. Just have teamwork, and don't be like be open to other people and other teams as well. You can stay true to your team or your core team, but like really be open, and just be like, if you open up, I think other teams will level with you and have that same team spirit with you. Thanks for letting me rant.
Yeah, I really like what you guys
motivational.
brought up, because those are all just really good things to appreciate about the book. And you know, there's that one quote that I adore so much that was part of the question. You know, too much of war is remembering the lost, the point of which people cease contributing to this life. They all need to be remembered as more than just casualties. I don't do that often enough. You know, that just hit me so hard. And just the different things that they say and talk about. And one part that I really enjoyed was when Tycho and Wedge were, you know, joking about their age. Oh, I'm 9 months older, whatever. But they're so young, and this is how many years after Battle of Endor, after first Death Star run, and it just made me like stop and think. And I was like, everyone was just, so many people were so young when this all started, and
Mhm.
even way before those. You know, like Cassian said, I've been in this since I was
Yeah.
6, and I'm just like, this is something that they've been fighting basically their entire lives for, if not then since a super young age. And it just kind of shows like the severity of everything. And you know, even though they have those lighthearted moments, it just made me think like, wow, like these people are my age, this is nuts, like this is absolutely nuts.
I
Like,
love that. They're like I was thinking that too when I read that part. I was like, it's not like Jasmine's age. I was like, oh, these babies, these little younglings. And I was like, oh wait, no, that's like Jasmine's age.
I don't know, do we count as babies at
To
this
me,
stage?
to old ladies like me.
You're not even old. But I was like, what is only like a couple years older than me? And you know, I'm like, what, Corin and the rest of their age? And I'm just like, oh my god, this is nuts, because Wedge has been doing this since he was like, what, 20, 22? So like
Right?
only a few years younger than me. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? But
How many Death Stars have you blown up? Come on.
I know I need to go blow up more Death Stars. But I just like how reading this gave you such a different viewpoint than from the movies and shows. Like, it shows you a more technical side, but it also shows you a more human side. Because usually you're with the Jedi or like these badasses that everyone knows, but then you get like this whole crew. You know, everyone knows Wedge, but not this intimately. And so I just really appreciate the human side that the book gave us, and just this whole totally different perspective about people who were fighting, were in this, and the aftermath of it. And so I love this book, and I really appreciate it. I thought the writing was really well done. 10 out of 10 would read again.
I hope we read the rest of them. I hope so hard.
Yes.
Oh, yay. Well, we did it. Are we gonna announce our next book now so that everybody has a chance to run out and grab it and read the first few chapters or so?
So yeah, why, Jasmine?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know, because
Go
this is your
girl.
book.
So the next book we're reading is my pick. It is Queen's Peril by E.K. Johnson, and we will be starting out with chapters 1 through 5.
Yay! Looking forward to it. Wow, what a
Yeah.
shift in tone. This will be good.
We're going back in time.
We
Back in time.
are. Woo!
So yeah, looking forward to discussing that, jumping into that, and talking about that next week. You all let us know if you've been reading along, how you liked this book, or if you're excited to see us read the rest of the X-Wing series. And any other questions you may have for us and our opinions on this. Keep an eye on all our social medias to see what we're up to. Otherwise, it's been another great week flying with y'all.
Oh, before you close out, I got something.
Oh, okay.
I got some to tell people. Hey, viewers, hashtag down at the bottom, Team Megan or Team Zori Bliss.
Come on, guys. Like, what is... No, come on.
I love the polls we've been having.
Yeah.
Those are
Let us
good. These
know.
are really good.
Choose wisely, everyone, please. All right. Well, let's sign out for this week then, and I will see you guys all next week.
Yeah.
With the rest of you.
Sexy
Wookiee!